Hey guys, what's up? Murder of Birds here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are back getting into another episode of One Piece with episode 7. This is going to be my reaction to it. Really appreciate all of you guys tuning in, watching, enjoying, leaving your comments on my One Piece content as we're watching for the first time through this first arc of East Blue. And the last episode was pretty entertaining. I think Luffy is solidified as my favorite character, my favorite main character of the show, despite the fact that we have a very small roster of characters right now, and Shanks being my favorite supporting slash side character until we eventually see him again, based on the episode of the flashback of how Luffy got his gum fruit and everything. But the last episode, I think, really solidified, for me at least, like Luffy's earnest, kind-hearted, free-spirited nature, and pretty much giving us I guess a crash course to his characterization, that he fights for his treasures, he cares about the things that are important to him, and he cares that other people have things that are important to them that they also want to cherish and treasure. We had this like little situation in this settlement area with Buggy the Clown and his crew kind of wreaking havoc on everything. We had this beast tamer situation where this beast tamer and his like giant lion like creature were like just rampaging and destroying the place. And I actually thought it was going to be a showdown between like devil fruit user and devil fruit user, since the previous episode we got introduced to Buggy's chop fruit. But they kind of took a little bit of a detour, which I still kind of appreciated. It was a different kind of flavor, right? It was just kind of like the environment, like the environment told the story, the little dog told the story of his master. And it was just kind of like a very simple lesson of just showcasing what happens when you push Luffy a little over the edge, a little too far. Or at the very least, this was kind of like the initial setup for Luffy's current established character and his currently established like mindset and ideology. And I'm assuming things are only going to get crazier when he gets more of a pirate crew that depends on him, when his name gets out there on the Grand Line, when he's actually trying to become the king of all pirates and to discover the One Piece and honor his promise that he made to Shanks. I'm sure this testament of his is going to be challenged time and time again, and this is really just going to come down to showcasing who Luffy is and what he fights for and what he stands for as a pirate and just as a character for this anime. So overall, really loved how the last episode really just shined and highlighted Luffy as a character really early on as well. I feel like, and I think I mentioned it in my discussion last week too, I feel like Luffy is going to be a more static protagonist. I'm sure he'll go through peaks and valleys where, you know, he'll have his character development, he'll have his high moments, he'll have his low moments, but he'll always kind of be back at that equilibrium where Luffy will never really change from who he is. And that is probably what makes him an endearing shonen protagonist at the end of the day, similar to like Goku, Naruto, Gon, etc., etc. But yeah, overall, really loved how the episode played out last week. I thought it was a very simple and straightforward approach to the conflict going on right now with Buggy and like members of his squad. And I'm assuming now we're gonna get into like a devil fruit versus devil fruit, right? Zoro's back on his feet. Nami has agreed to kind of like align their interests, their common interests. She's not willing to join the pirate crew necessarily, but I feel like this is still their trial by fire before she kind of solidifies that Luffy and his squad are different from the average everyday pirates that are pillaging and rummaging through like settlements and destroying communities and causing chaos and pandemonium. And you know, she'll be kind of a part of this new age pirate crew with Luffy and Zoro, which I'm really hoping for. I'm looking forward to when that eventually officially becomes established for the crew. And yeah, Luffy just basically looked at Buggy and he was like, yeah, I'm here to beat your ass like I promised. So that's pretty much where the episode held off now. Buggy is confronting Zoro, Luffy, and Nami, and so we're just gonna see how things play out and how things develop from the last episode to this one. So we might get a devil fruit versus devil fruit matchup this episode. Very excited to see how that plays out. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. As always, leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and without further ado, let us continue. Alrighty guys, we're gonna be getting into One Piece with episode 7. I hope you guys look forward to it. As well, you guys can get these videos up to 1 if not 2 weeks early access over on my Patreon, patreon.com/murderofbirds, link in the pinned comment and description down below. But yeah, let us see where it seems like we're gonna get a little bit of a recap here from the last episode, and then it's gonna transition into the full episode. So let us start in 3, 2, 1 now. All right, and Luffy's out of the cage. Let's go. You made the biggest mistake. Okay, so this is like an immediate recap. Yeah, we gotta stop Buggy now. Otherwise, this place is gonna be ravaged to the ground. Oh, spoilers. Nami gets arrested for pirating. There you go. That'll teach her to look down on the pirate crew. Arrested for pirating. How ironic. All right, let us go. Oh yeah, he grabbed the freaking... So he can, like, sever his own hand. So it works offensively and defensively. Wow, that's crazy. So he can, like... He still has, like, mastery or, like, autonomy over it, even at a distance. All right, he is not happy about that. How dare you hold my hand without my consent? Okay, so we do need the map. We need the map to get to the Grand Line. That's actually, pause, so that's actually really cool too. So Buggy is almost kind of like a means to an end right now. He's probably gonna get his ass beat by Luffy for like messing around with this settlement, but it's still interesting too that like I assume the pirate map, the map that will get them to the Grand Line, is going to be partially due to this confrontation with Buggy. So I feel like it's a cool little, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a cool little pin in, like, the journey. You know what I mean? Like, Alvida was his first opponent, and then his access to understanding and knowing where the Grand Line is was because of Buggy. And I'm assuming more of these little, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Like milestones is the word I'm looking for. I feel like every confrontation is almost gonna feel like a milestone, and this is like, we need the map milestone for the Grand Line, so that's nice. It'll be very memorable looking back on how Buggy was able to help out the Straw Hats. All right, look at them, bro. A 3-man squad. Nami is up in the air right now, but this is awesome. This guy's also a badass, the mayor. Oh, uh-oh. He's like, sir, stay out of our way. We hurt you now, but that's so you don't get in the way. All right, Luffy's got this. Yep. He's like, you know, I had to take him out. You know, he's gonna get in our way. We just, you know, when he wakes up, his town will be saved, and he'll have us to thank. 07s to the mayor, though. I'm sorry that happened to you, my boy. Oh my God, Gum Gum, Rubber Man versus Chop Man. Yeah, and Luffy has to clearly insult every person he comes across. That's crazy. Bro has no filter. I love him to death for that. He's so different. He called Alvida like this chunky lady, and he's calling him Big Nose, so he's gonna give everyone a bit of a nickname. So, is he gonna be able to deflect that back, like the blast? I thought that. Ooh, another Gum Gum balloon. Holy shit. What can't Luffy do? I thought for sure the blast wouldn't have worked because it's like, it's not a blunt attack, but that's crazy. Bro, these Gum techniques are so cool. We got Hammer in the last episode, Balloon now. Sheesh. I didn't realize how versatile Rubber would be. I guess now that's why Hisoka constantly mentions like his bungee gum, how it has the properties of gum and rubber and gum. Nah, he's just the devil fruit user. I wonder if anyone else on the squad's gonna get one. That'd be really cool. That's also pretty sick too. Bro's got his hands crossed and his hands are doing the work. Oh, this guy, come on, get this guy off my screen. Like, bro, take your L and move on, please. You're not. I was gonna say, you're not intimidating anybody. Yep, there it is. He's the rubber person. Oh, and I guess everyone knows now. Okay. That's really cool. This is the greatest insult? Whoa. Kabaji? Bro, who are all these clowns? No pun intended, but like, we took out this guy first and now we're moving on. I used it as a shield to... Also, he literally just lifted that lion with one hand. That's crazy. Okay, never mind. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, come on, dude. Okay, Luffy got the alley-oop there. Sheesh. Okay, so are these like Buggy's lieutenants almost? Like these other guys, they're like specialists in their own right. Oh, he's got a sword. Yo, Zoro. Okay, really? Acrobat Kabaji. I was gonna say, bro, he's on a unicycle. That's a little extra. I was gonna say he has a sword. Zoro, this is your lick. Get this man. And then Luffy can get the devil fruit user. Oh. Oh, that's right. He's still wounded. Old man. Whoa! What the hell? Oh, holy shit. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Bro's got some tricks. Sheesh. Okay, we got to see what Zoro's capable of. All right, you're not countered anymore by the chop chop. You just got to deal with this guy's clown tricks. Ooh. This is not good. Oh my god, that must fucking suck, dude. His wound, all while on a unicycle. That's disgraceful. He's hurt so bad, it's almost mystifying that he's still alive. Nah, bro, that's my second in command. He's got this. Zoro will do whatever it takes to survive. Look at that. Luffy's got that freaking, he's got that dog in him. He knows. Nah. Fuck around and you find out. Yo, whip out the 3-sword technique. Oh! Whoa! Holy shit. Holy shit, what a beast! Okay. Zoro's like, I let you get that free hit. Yeah, this is cool, Luffy. Holy moly. I can't lose even once to anyone who calls himself a swordsman. Yeah, he's got his own vendetta. He's got to track somebody down, I think. And I guess he's got to fight someone in the future, like his own rival or something. There we go. I was waiting for that. Yo, put the sword. Once he gets that sword in, he's like, GG, boys. Oh! Nami, you're a part of the crew, allegedly, maybe, kind of, sorta. You can't just walk away. Oh, okay, you know what? Do your thing, girl. Just please don't double cross us again. Okay, she's like, you guys deal with the fighting, I'll deal with the sleuthing. All right, not bad, not bad. I thought she was like, I'm above this, I'm gone. Bro, what the heck? What? Oh. Bro, he only does everything Zoro. This is crazy. Bro, this guy's got so many bag of tricks. This is actually kind of cool. Really creative stuff here. Whoa! Oh, shit. He's not playing fair. Nah, Luffy, you gotta help your mans. That's not fair. You're cheating. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he can still feel it. Oh, shit. Yo, just break his fingers. Be an absolute savage. Bite his hand if you have to. Wow, that's a very interesting devil fruit. So, like, I guess the only thing is he's actually immune to cutting. So you can, like, do anything else besides cutting it and he'll still feel the pain. It's very interesting how that works. It's a very specific thing. It's like, okay, I guess cutting is the only... That's so limiting. Oh! Yo! You don't need your 1 million berries anymore. You're good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Classic Nami over here. Okay, bro. What a fucking simp. Yeah. Feminine Wiles wins once again. Good job, Nami. Damn, she makes it look so easy. Good lord. Was it that easy? Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. I know that. I think that's from the intro as well. Like that one shot with her with the map. All right. So as long as she doesn't double cross us, we should be good. You know, she did her part. So now these two have to clean up. They need a clean sweep now. Zoro, you've seen better days, my boy, but I know your journey doesn't end here. Get your ass up and put in work. I'm tired of your crappy ass arrow bat. All right. Damn, he's like, you insulted my life's work. I will kill you here and now. Okay, sir, the unicycle is not doing... That's from the intro as well. Oh! Was that a killing blow? That's a fucking killing blow. Holy shit. I don't know if Zoro, okay, real quick, I don't know if Zoro killed Captain Morgan in that previous episode with that same kind of technique, or if Captain Morgan was just a big lummox and he just fell over and passed out or something. But like, Zoro's catching bodies. This is crazy. Like, I do not fuck with this man. He's built different. I don't know when Luffy's gonna kill his first target, or when someone's gonna die by Luffy's hand, or... Good job. Okay, so we're two for 3 right now. Luffy, you gotta bring this home. Yeah, that's another thing too. Sorry for the pausing. I'm probably gonna say this every time I pause, because, you know, some people like reactions where there's no pausing, but I like giving my thoughts and speculation and perspective as I'm watching, so I hope it enriches or adds something to the video. I'm actually kind of curious, because I know some protagonists, like, I don't know how they're gonna treat Luffy moving forward. This is like a dangerous dog-eat-dog pirate world. I'm assuming there's gonna be backstabbing, betrayals, deception, lives lost, friendships, you know, torn. I'm sure there's gonna be it's an entire journey. I can only expect a flavor of every aspect of an experience that you can expect. I'm wondering how they're going to, or I'm wondering how Oda, like how he initially planned on writing Luffy, and how the writing will evolve over time when it comes to death. Specifically, and not just death, like obviously I'm expecting them to lose friends and lose comrades and lose people along the way. God forbid any of the Straw Hat crew die, because I can't imagine that. Like, I can't imagine, like, Zoro dying or Nami dying, especially if they still exist in the present as of right now. But I'm wondering how Luffy is going to handle death or killing somebody. More importantly, I'm wondering how they're going to treat Luffy killing. Because, like, I think, when I think of a protagonist, very rarely do I think they have, like, a massive amount of blood on their hands, awake, you know, bodies and death in their wake and stuff like that. Unless they're just like literally fighting like monsters or creatures or stuff like that. But like, I'm wondering how, like, who's Luffy going to kill? Who's Luffy's first kill gonna be, if he in fact kills? Because it seems like Zoro killed that guy just now, so it comes naturally for Zoro. You know, he's fighting with like swords and shit like that. Again, I don't know if Captain Morgan was a casualty, and if anything, that's gonna be a credit to Zoro, because Zoro's the one that dealt the killing blow. So, in general, I don't know if Luffy's caught a body yet. I don't know if Luffy has already killed people in his life. I don't know if it's going to be something personal, like a vendetta kill, or if it's going to be like a survival of the fittest, like I have to kill you, if not, you're going to kill me, and I have to survive. But yeah, I'm always curious about that in general, because I always think of, like, the moral quandaries of killing, like superheroes, for example. You know, superheroes for the most part, like Spider-Man, he's like, I am above killing people because I need to do the right thing. You know, I don't want that blood on my hands. I don't want that to affect or change me or anything like that. But I know, like, Naruto has killed people, Gon has killed, and, you know, obviously Goku has as well, for the greater good, and whatnot. But like in those shows, I think there's been an element of resurrection, like bringing people back. I don't know if you can bring people back from the dead in this show. I don't know if there's a devil fruit out there that allows you to commune with the dead or resurrect the dead, or whatever the case might be. And so I don't know how death is. I assume death is treated permanently. Like if you die, or if someone dies, like you're not going to be able to see them again, unless there's like some supernatural elements with like the devil fruits or whatever. So yeah, long story short, just curious about when or how Luffy is going to experience killing someone in the name of like his own life or protecting people. So let's continue. Because Zoro seemed to just kill that guy right there, and I'm like, wow. Also, Nami, smart ass girl, man. She's like, I'm not just getting the freaking map. I'm looting them. Good shit. Hold on. What did she say there? Hauling is exhausting, but with this much treasure, maybe she won't need to go to the Grand Line. I gotta get off this island. No, don't leave them. They saved your ass. Nah, Nami. That would be absolutely like, that would be such an L move for her to just leave. We're going to the Grand Line. Yeah. Nameless bums like you can handle? Okay. What are you gonna... He's gonna be the king of all pirates. I wonder how many times Luffy is gonna have to tell people that before people just know him for that goal. Would that make me God? I'm gonna become king of... Okay, they're both fighting for the same thing. Ooh, okay, it's all about who wants it more. Luffy versus Buggy. Whoa! Seeing that straw hat of yours brings... Wait, does he know Shanks? Woo! What? Memories of that cheeky red-haired man? Wait! Buggy knows Shanks? Wait a minute! My goat! Oh my god! Where is Shanks here? Like nowadays? Maybe I know, maybe I don't. He's like, bro, are you dumb? Wow. All right, well, Luffy's gonna beat the freaking answers out of you. I want to know where Shanks is nowadays. Okay, so were they like friends back in the day? Does he know Shanks from his like youth or more recently? Chop, chop. Okay, I did not. I thought it was just normal for Luffy to name his attacks after his gum this, gum pistol, gum whip. But like, does everybody do that who has a gum fruit? Are their attacks named after their devil fruit? Like chop, chop, rice crackers. Like what? I was not expecting that. Chop, chop, rice cracker. What the heck? That's so cool. What the heck? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I mean, he can. Bro, what the fuck did he just do to himself? Oh, brother, his whole bottom half? That's crazy. Bro, it's freaking devil fruit techniques back and forth. This is sick. Oh, chop, chop, quick escape. Sickle, gum sickle? Bro, you just took his head off. This is such a cool fight. This is like devil fruits at their infancy. I can only imagine how crazy gum fruits or devil fruits get. But this is so cool as a first devil fruit fight. Chop, chop, cannon. Whoa! Yo, this guy's a problem. Holy smokes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna say a prayer. I'm gonna say a prayer for you real quick. We are gathered here today to witness the soon-to-be death of a devil fruit user in this world for fucking around with Luffy's straw hat and not realizing that that's low-key his superpower. Amen. Holy, he just had that same look as Shanks. He cut the hat! Oh, you fucked up, brother. Oh my god, you actually fucked up. To think he could get... That's what I'm saying. Like, Luffy actually kind of reverts to his childhood anger, and now he's tethered it to his treasure because a lot of his childhood was heavily influenced by Shanks. Whoa! Damn, bro, you're trying to get this man when he's down? Are you fucking kidding? I'm pissed off for him. There is, bro, you fucked with the wrong one. Oh my god, his straw hat. Luffy's about to black out right now. Like, I legitimately feel bad for Buggy. I cannot believe this. This is like the first tragic death in the show. Luffy's straw hat? Are you kidding me? The namesake of his crew? I feel so bad right now. Why would you... And he knows Shanks too? Does he not get... I guess he must hate Shanks. Wow. That actually hit me. That actually, like, I felt that. You fucked up. Yes, you dumbass! Wow. Wait, they sailed together? Wait, backstory? That did. I can't fucking believe this, man. Yo, get your lick, Luffy. I'm sorry, my boy. Wow. Oh, and now he's just gonna run away. I hope you felt that. I hope you felt that, my boy. I'm so mad. He's like, yo, you treat your friends like that? You're not friends. You're something else entirely. Yo, Buggy and Shanks backstory next episode? Holy shit. He's the only one I absolutely can't forgive. I'll curse him for the rest of my life. What did he do? Like, I low-key kind of want, like, bro hates Shanks? I think Shanks is goated. I will say this, though. I think it's kind of interesting how Shanks's name is Shanks, and when you think Shanks, or when I think Shanks, I think of shanking someone, like stabbing them. And then Buggy goes on to get the chop fruit. Like, I don't know if that's the connection, because here's another thing. They both discovered devil fruits, right? Like Shanks discovered the gum fruit before it fell into, like, Luffy's situation. And then Buggy ended up getting the chop fruit. So they both were in possession of devil fruits at one point. I don't know if that's what, I don't know if he's like, oh, I hate Shanks. I don't know if Shanks has anything to do with, you know, Shanks has something to do with Luffy getting the gum fruit. So I don't know if Shanks also had something to do with Buggy getting the chop fruit. And ever since then, he's like, oh man, I've hated this life ever since this fruit, ever since this chop fruit, my life has never been the same. I don't know. Or maybe it's just some, like, weird pirate vendetta. I am lamenting right now. I legitimately feel like the Straw Hat has been a character this entire time. Its sentimentality, its symbolic connection of linking Luffy and Shanks and kind of setting Luffy on his course as a pirate. To see what happened to it in this episode, I felt like that was my treasure being trampled on and being destroyed. Based on, like, the handful of episodes that I've seen so far, I really, really, really like the journey I'm on so far. I love the characters. I love their motivations. I love how much they feel for the things that they do and for the things that, you know, are kind of setting them on this course together. But I don't know if I'm going to feel this way about the pirate ship. I don't know if I'm going to feel this way about any other things in the show that kind of like Zoro's swords or like whatever other characters' items that have like that are sentimental value to them. But like, I literally felt like I just watched a character die, and I was like, Luffy, I want you to just give in to whatever you're feeling right now, because I need to feel vicariously through you what you might be going through with how much I know this hat means to you and how much it means to who you are today and the connections that you had with Shanks and all the things he sacrificed and what the hat meant to him and passing that on to you. And now what that means to you and your Straw Hat crew, the whole, like the crew that you named the hat after, that was named after the hat. That's an L move right here for Buggy. All my homies hate Buggy in this. I hate Buggy. I don't give a damn. Okay, I don't know what his life story is like. I don't know why he has it out for Shanks. But like the fact that he doubled down once he found out that the hat belonged to his old friend, despite realizing how it was affecting Luffy, like, holy shit. I did not think this would happen this soon. Like, I knew the hat was his treasure. I knew he valued it a lot. I hope it can be salvaged and repaired to some extent. I don't know if Nami will try to fix it or something. I don't know. Like, it's a straw hat. You know what I mean? I don't think this is like an easy fix. Or maybe these are just battle scars and he'll just be like, you know what? We make do with what we have. Just like wipe it down, put some duct tape on it. And it's like, you know what? Through rain, sleet, or snow, through battle and everything else in between, the hat's gonna go through it. The hat's just going through character development. All right, let's just leave it at that. Okay, this moment is gonna make the hat stronger. I might be coping, but I'm hoping. I cannot believe that happened. I did not think it was gonna happen. That did not realize that I'd feel this strongly about it either. But I just really like how important it was. And this goes to me too. Like, I can understand without it not directly affecting me the same way as Luffy, but like, I have a shoebox under my bed that I've had since I was a child. And over the course of my life, I have filled this shoebox with a lot of, it's called my memento box. And so I filled it with items and things that I have had sentimental attachment to over the course of my life. For example, when I turned 18, I bought my first scratch ticket. My first scratch ticket that I ever bought legally and scratched off is in that box. My first scratch ticket that I ever won is also in that box. The first shot glass that I ever took a shot when I turned 21 is in that box. And there's just a lot of like mementos of like first time moments and things that I really want to cherish and remember for my life, for my experiences of growing up and getting older and stuff like that. And so I know what it's like to have something that you really care about, that you want to preserve, that you maybe even want to pass on to, you know, your kids or whatever the case might be. And seeing the straw hat, someone actually in a previous video actually was like, Arnold, now that you're getting into One Piece, the further you get, the more you're probably going to love it. You should eventually get a straw hat for yourself and like wear it while you watch One Piece. And I was like, actually, that's kind of a cool idea. I'm pretty sure they have like these straw hat, like straw hat merch. Like, I'm sure that there's like official straw hats for sale somewhere on the internet. And I thought that was a cool idea, especially if I really, really grow to love and appreciate and enjoy One Piece as I catch up and as I continue watching. But yeah, this felt like the death or at least the bludgeoning of the Straw Hat. And I felt something there. I felt for myself the amount of like, I cannot believe this is happening, absurdity, ridiculousness. But also I felt like vindictive. I was like, you know what? Luffy, if you choose to just kill this man right now, I'll turn a blind eye. You know, I'll let you get your lick back, my boy. Like, this is your hat. This is your treasure. I already know how you feel. You were fighting for that dog's treasure in the last episode. Now your shit's getting trampled on. Have at it, King. You know, do what you got to do. I don't give a damn, right? You're going to be the Pirate King. Who's going to tell the Pirate King otherwise, right? So, yeah, was not expecting that at all. And it seems like now Luffy's going through it because Zoro won his matchup. Nami secured the objective. She was getting a little shaky in terms of like, does she just take the money and run? Because now she doesn't need the Grand Line. It seems like the money that she hauled from this little excursion was probably enough to kind of set her like for life or set her for the future. And she was like, oh, actually, if I have this money, then maybe I don't need the Grand Line. And she was contemplating like running out on the gang after, you know, after this whole encounter, this whole situation. So I feel like, hey, that could actually be some good startup money for the pirate crew. You know, they need a ship. You need a ship, right? I don't know if you're going to pay to have one built, if you're going to buy one, if you're going to, you know, if you're going to take over somebody else's and then like furnish it yourself as to like, you know, so it's your own little thing. But I assume she's going to just yoink the money and still help out Luffy and Zoro and eventually come around to the idea of officially joining their pirate crew and then being an official Straw Hat. So the three of them at the very least, and then we'll figure out the deal with Usopp and Sanji and the Grand Line, the Red Line, and everything else in between. This was such a cool episode from the fight perspective. I'm probably glazing a little too hard right now, and throughout the episode, you know, talking and commentating and stuff like that, pausing, giving my opinions, hyping the fuck out over shit like this. I know it's early One Piece. This is basic bitch One Piece for people who are probably caught up now or have probably seen things that have paled in comparison to what I'm watching right now. Or like this pales in comparison to what y'all are experiencing. But everyone started here, and this at one point was hype. This was probably at one point One Piece hype of seeing two Devil Fruit users, you know, pulling out all the stops, all their techniques. Luffy busted out two brand new moves this episode, right? Actually, was it two? Yeah, he had the Gum Gum Balloon and he had Gum Gum. Well, last episode, well, it was a part of the recap, but last episode, Gum Gum Hammer. This episode, Gum Gum Balloon and Gum Gum Sickle, which was like a freaking clean, like a straight cleave through his head. So like basically being able to clothesline someone to the point where you can just clear their head off their shoulders. So like both of them are just pulling out all of their stops. You got the chop chop, rice crackers, chop chop, quick escape, chop chop, cannon. I'm like, bro, like this is so cool. Of just, and these are, I think, base level, right? I'm sure Luffy's gonna get super creative with the gum gum techniques as time goes on. If he gets levels up, if he gets power ups. I don't know if other characters get level ups and power ups in any different respect. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's tethered to like the character themselves or their I don't know if the devil fruit evolves or if the person evolves with the devil fruit, kind of like Super Saiyan, right? Like you can go beyond the Saiyan level, but you also have to, like, it comes down to the character, not just the fact that they're a Saiyan. So yeah, I'm just curious, like if Buggy's gonna be able to have any like different advanced techniques going on, or if he's gonna level up in different ways, kind of like Luffy does with gears as the show goes on, or whatever the case might be. I'm just curious about the power scaling of this world. I don't know if it's just these are the devil fruits, and if you have a special devil fruit, you get to level up and you get stronger as time goes on. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I just loved the back and forth. You know, both of them fighting with everything they have. I'm assuming, you know, especially with how things played out with this episode, we might actually get a backstory next episode. I was not expecting Buggy to know Shanks, or even more so by the end of this episode, that they were comrades, that they were on like I guess they were like shipmates together, and I guess some stuff went down and he just despises Shanks and he'll never forgive him and he wants nothing to do with him, and he like talks down on his name constantly in the episode. So I'm curious why he hates Shanks, because Shanks comes off as like an absolute freaking badass, like literally in every sense of the word, literal badass, role model, just an all-around chill, cool dude. And so I don't know how far back, right? Because this would have had to have been even further back when Luffy was a kid, because when when Shanks was in the bar with Luffy, like Buggy wasn't with him. And so I'm assuming this is even further back than that, maybe even during their childhood or their like teenage years or early adult years, before Luffy came into the picture with the gum gum fruit. So this might even go further back into like Shanks and Buggy's childhood. So we might learn a little bit more about, and this is what I was talking about a couple episodes ago. I was like, I wonder if this is going to be like the origin story of how Shanks came across the gum gum fruit. Maybe he was going to use it on himself, or maybe even how Buggy came into contact with the chop chop fruit. Because I was like, I really wonder if they'll talk about or express or share information on how certain devil fruit users came into contact with, not only came into contact with the devil fruit, but also how they discovered that it was a devil fruit. Like, it's one thing to just eat the fruit, but if you don't know what you're eating, then the only way you will know that you have a devil fruit power is being in a situation where it comes to fruition. Like I mentioned before, I was like, maybe, I don't know, maybe Buggy was chopping up a salad and he cut his finger and realized it didn't hurt. Or he realized that, oh, my finger, I cut off my finger, but it doesn't hurt and I can just reattach it. You know what I mean? Like, I just wonder what it was like to realize what devil fruit he actually had and how that process worked. I think that'd just be really interesting to just see everyone's reactions to their devil fruit power and what they did and what they did with that information and how they utilized it moving forward. But yeah, overall, really great episode. Loved the fight sequence. I love how we're kind of like progressing forward with everything. It seems like we're going to get transitioned into like a flashback sequence between Shanks and Buggy, which was unexpected, but I've been waiting to get more Shanks information, more Shanks on screen beyond just, you know, hopefully reuniting him with Luffy in the present day. So we might actually learn where he is, what he's up to now. Again, I don't know if this is in regards to like after him and Luffy met, or maybe they saw each other again in the distant past or in the recent past, you know, over the course of Luffy growing up to the point where he is now. So hopefully this gives us some information on what Shanks has been up to in the present and everything else in between. But loved the fight sequence, loved how things have been developing overall. I really, really, really appreciate those of you who are still continuing to watch and enjoy these episodes on a weekly basis. I know primarily like episode to episode, I'm sure these episode reactions, I will eventually do batched up episodes because people are constantly asking with every episode. But I'm still kind of focusing on some other anime content that I'm recording for. So once those die down, I'll be sure to double up on episodes at some point in the future. But yeah, that's everything for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I'd love to know what you guys thought about the episode, what you guys thought about my reactions, my thoughts, everything else in between in the comment section down below. Very excited for the next episode, especially because it seems like we're getting more Shanks, and more Shanks is okay and is good in my book because I really love him as a side character, and I just want to see what he's been up to ever since. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.